Golf isn't just a quiet game of patience and precision, it's also a stage for some jaw-dropping, mind-bending, and downright crazy moments. Over the decades, players have pulled off shots and moves that left fans shaking their heads either in awe or disbelief. And I'm not talking about Happy Gilmore here. From miracle shots to bizarre controversies, here are 10 moments that prove golf can be just as wild as any other sport out there. Starting from 10, Jon Rahm skipping a hole-in-one at the 2020 Masters. Okay, imagine pulling off one of the coolest trick shots in golf on your birthday. Now that's exactly what Jon did during a practice round of the 2020 Masters. On the par 3 16th hole, he decided to have a little fun by skipping his ball across the water. But instead of just getting it over the water, his ball defied all logic. It skipped 3 times, hopped onto the green, and started rolling, and rolling, and rolling. Every bump and curve seemed perfectly calculated, even though it wasn't, and the ball dropped into the hole like it had a mind of its own. A hole-in-one. Cue the disappointment, the laughs, and the applause. The fact that he casually pulled this off on his 26th birthday made it even sweeter. Practice round or no, that shot is the stuff of legends. At number 9, Michelle Wie fights heat and faints at the 2006 John Deere Classic. Okay, at just 16, Michelle was aiming to become the first woman in over 60 years to make the cut on the PGA Tour at the John Deere Classic. But the brutal summer heat with suffocating humidity took its toll. She started strong, but by the 9th hole, she collapsed in pain, drenched in sweat. Medical staff rushed to her aid and she was forced to withdraw. Despite the setback, her determination never wavered. This incident didn't really define her career. Instead, she went on to become one of the most iconic figures in women's golf, proving her resilience in the face of adversity. At number 8, Tiger Woods dominating the 1997 Masters. Okay, we all know he wasn't just good at the Masters, he was unstoppable. At just 21 years old, Tiger didn't just win the tournament, he destroyed the competition. By the time Sunday rolled around, he had a 12-shot lead. Yeah, you heard that right, 12 shots. Watching Tiger play that week was like watching an artist paint a masterpiece. His drives were rocket launchers, his putts were lasers, and his nerves, ice cold. When he tapped in his final putt, the crowd erupted, knowing that they'd just witnessed history. That win wasn't just a victory for Tiger, it was the start of a revolution in golf. He inspired an entire generation of players and made golf cool in the process. Number 7, Bubba Watson's Physics-Defying hook shot at the 2012 Masters. Okay, if you watch golf, then you know that Bubba Watson doesn't play golf like most people. He plays like he's got a cheat code in real life. Case in point, the 2012 Masters playoff. On the 10th hole, Bubba's tee shot went rogue, landing deep in the woods on some pine straw. Now, most golfers would have just played it safe, chipped back to the fairway, and just hoped for a miracle. Oh, but not Bubba. He grabbed a wedge, aimed through a gap that didn't even look big enough for a squirrel, and pulled off one of the most ridiculous shots in Masters history. The ball curved around the trees like it was on a string, landed on the green, and stopped just 15 feet from the hole. The crowd went nuts. Bubba went on to win the green jacket, but that insane hook shot was the real highlight of that game. At number 6, Sophia Popov's underdog triumph at the 2020 Women's British Open. Okay, every now and then sports gives us a story that feels straight out of a movie. And a good one, none of those C-class movies. Alright, 2020, Sophia Popov was that story. Ranked 304th in the world, and having lost her LPGA card the year before, she wasn't even supposed to be in the Women's British Open. But she got a last-minute spot, and instead of just showing up, she showed out. At Royal Troon, she played like she had nothing to lose, sinking clutch putts and hitting perfect approach shots. When she holed her final putt to win, the emotion was overwhelming. She'd gone from struggling to make ends meet to holding one of the most prestigious trophies in golf. It was easily a win for the ages and a reminder to never count out the underdog. At number 5, Tiger Woods' mind-boggling chip-in at the 2005 Masters. Okay, you've seen the highlight. Even if you don't watch golf, you've probably still seen the highlight. Tiger, 16th hole, 2005 Masters. His ball was stuck in thick, rough, perched on a hill above the hole. He hit the chip shot so perfectly that the ball rolled down the hill, paused for a heart-stopping second on the edge of the cup. The Nike logo was even perfectly visible, great ad revenue for them, because of course it was, and then dropped in. The roar from that crowd was absolutely deafening. Even Tiger couldn't hold back a smile and a fist pump. It's just one of those shots that you can watch 100 times and still get chills over. Number 4, Charley Hull takes on Paula Creamer at the 2013 Solheim Cup. Facing Paula Creamer, a Solheim Cup veteran, Hull played like she had nothing to lose. By the time they finished, Hull had crushed Creamer 5-4, helping Team Europe secure their first ever Solheim Cup win on US soil. Oh, and after the match, she casually asked Creamer for an autograph. Just your everyday, I just beat you, but can I really please have your signature kind of a moment. At number 3, Sergio Garcia's tree climbing adventure at the 2013 Arnold Palmer Invitational. Okay, this guy has got some guts, that's for sure. During the 2013 Arnold Palmer Invitational, his ball ended up 15 feet high in a tree on the 10th hole. Most golfers would have just taken a penalty and moved on, but not this guy. He climbed into the tree like a kid on a dare, found his ball, and hit it one-handed, backward, and with perfect accuracy. The ball landed back in play and the crowd lost it. This guy didn't finish the tournament, but that shot by itself was pure gold. At number 2, we've got Phil Mickelson's rule-bending putt at the 2018 US Open. Okay, so Phil is a fan favorite, but he definitely raised some eyebrows at the 2018 US Open. After botching a putt on the 13th green, Phil decided, screw it, and jogged after the ball, hitting it while it was still moving. As you can imagine, the crowd was stunned. Commentators didn't even know what to say. Like, was that a joke? Was it a protest? Phil later said that he did it on purpose to save himself from a worse score, but golf purists were not happy. But hey, love it or hate it, it's one of those moments that makes you say, only Phil. And at number 1, Steve Ballesteros' miracle shot at the 1979 British Open. Okay, Steve was the king of turning disasters into triumphs, and his recovery shot at the 1979 British Open is living proof of that. After hitting his ball into deep rough on the 16th hole, Steve pulled off a miracle. With a 5-iron, he somehow threaded the ball through trees, over spectators, and onto the green. The crowd went ballistic, and Steve went on to win his first major. Now that was vintage Steve. Bold, creative, and fearless. These moments prove that golf isn't just about calm fairways and polite golf claps. Sometimes it's pure magic. Whether it's insane trick shots, wild comebacks, or rule-bending antics, golf never fails to surprise. So the next time somebody calls it boring, just show them this list. It's gonna be game over. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Have you got a favorite crazy golf moment in mind? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.